Now, being a black man that wears head wraps and stuff like that, because I have a lot of hair, I just need a particular message to all these Aboriginals out there. Can you stop taking African culture, please? Please. Stop taking African culture and stop trying to claim it as your own. You're acting like the Europeans, okay? And vice versa. And it doesn't make sense that y'all try and take one particular picture from a Mayan wall and try and say that these were the head wraps that we wear today. Your ass lives in Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, and you telling me you got your culture all the way over there in Mexico? Think, Negro. You did not get your culture from no damn whatever the fuck you want to call them, Aztec people. You did not get your culture from Native Americans. Then you want to call the Native Americans the $5 Indians. You can deal with them with that. You can get your land back and your Indian reservations with that BS. What you're not gonna do though is try and claim African culture as your own. I've seen Native American, I've seen these Aboriginal Negroes, because that's what they want to call themselves, try and say that the locks that we wear and the afros that we wear out came from the Mayan culture. You ain't got no type of Mayan in your DNA, and you want to proclaim these particular people as your own people. That's ridiculous. Like, how far are you gonna go to just claim that you're not African? How far are you gonna go? You practice the same traditions. You want to wear their clothes. You want to tradition yourself in their dance moves. It doesn't make sense to me. This head wrap that I'm wearing does not have any form of origin to the Mayan people. When black women wear their head wraps, it does not come from the damn Mayan people. If you study West African culture, the very head wraps that they wear descend from that very particular area. When you look at the church women that wear the big hats, that did not come from no Mayan people, yo. Like, do people think for themselves when they see stupid shit like this? Like, it does not make sense to me. Make it make sense. There has no form of correlation whatsoever at all for you to try and correlate church women, the beautiful black women who wear the church hats, to the Mayan people. And why is that the only form of evidence that y'all can prove? Wouldn't it be some form of correlation or relation throughout many tribes? But what y'all gonna say? Oh, they hiding from us, brother. They hiding from us. They taking away our culture. They hiding from us. Stop, man. You hear that? That's the bullshit. Anyways, y'all cannot claim that beautiful black women out here who are wearing head wraps, black men out here, us who wear the head wraps as well, you cannot claim that we got this particular thing from the Mayan people. You cannot. Please. Help. Get some help. Please. Because it seems to me that you have a particular issue within yourself to not proclaim Africa. And this is what Europeans have taught the rest of us as African descent people, not to proclaim Africa. And y'all need to cut that BS out ASAP. I'm talking about ASAP. And I know people are going to be in the comments, you're just in denial, Tyrone. You're in denial. Them head wraps do come from the Native American. We've been here. They come from our culture. They don't come from those stinking Africans. We are the Aboriginal Negro. First off, why are you calling yourself a Negro? I don't know if you noticed, but if you study the etymology of the word Negro, they identified the African descent people as Negro. Why are you calling yourself a Negro? If you're calling yourself a Negro, you're calling yourself an African. So you're going to have to use another word. Because remember, black is a crayon. It's a crayon color. You know, this is black and your skin not black. I ain't dealing with all that today. But that's neither here nor there. When we're dealing with head wraps, and when we're dealing with our very culture, and I'm just dealing with the head wraps because somebody tried to come in my DMs last night after the live stream trying to say that the head wraps that I wear, did you know the Mayan people wearing the head wraps and stuff like that? They were not wearing head wraps. They were not wearing the head wraps that we as African people wear at all. They were wearing head pieces. They were wearing head dresses, okay? But they were not wearing the head wraps and the very things that we wear on top of our head at all. No one whatsoever. There's no form of correlation. You see these memes that they try and make where they try and make the correlation. You see, we got it from them. but they don't show you any form of evidence of how that came about. Not at all. They cannot prove to you. I have never seen one caption. I haven't seen one interview. They cannot show you or prove to you with evidence that you got your culture from the Mayan people whatsoever. But they'll point this out. Oh yeah, you got your head wraps from them. You got your hairstyle from them. They got picks and combs. First of all, the Mayan people did not have picks. They had combs. Okay, there's a difference between a pick, where you pick out your hair. There are many picks that you can find within the landmass of Africa. Okay, ancient picks at that. And then these combs, these little combs that the Native Americans use to, to go through their hair. It's ridiculous. Now stop that shit.